Hi, this is vlog 3 surrounding the coaching process. Borrow and Knowles define the coaching process as a series of stages coaches go through to aid the athlete in learning and improving particular skills. However, this is not very detailed and quite vague. Cross and Lal introduced the idea of the addition of time and context, as well as this process constantly changing. Finally, Cushion, Armour and Jones 2006 suggests that the coaching process is a dynamic and complex structure influenced by social and cultural factors. This process is continuous and can change depending on the environment and the external constraints. Jack is an amateur rugby player. He usually plays second row and is currently in the second team, but working towards playing consistently for the first team at National 1 level. He is a talented young player on the field, however he needs to build on his strength, power and stability in order to improve his performance, as at higher levels, increased impact on contact and larger and faster playing opposition means that this is key. He is also required to jump and line out, so we need to improve his speed and explosiveness. He has had issues with shoulder dislocations and a recent hamstring strain. In terms of preparation, unfortunately the gym at the rugby club is a very small space, so it is difficult to capture great footage and there are always likely to be interruptions as there are no private slots available. There is limited equipment, so it is important to improvise to teach Jack alternative exercises so that he can carry these out in his other gym. As Jack is not one of my full-time athletes, I need to teach him to complete these exercises competently and confidently by himself. Jack had my full attention, so it was easy to concentrate on his performance. On the rugby field, he is one of many players, but as he struggles more in the weights room, it is important that he has some one-to-one session time to improve his technique. This should aid with his own training and improve his rugby performance. In this session, we began with a warm-up, full body activation, particularly focused on the shoulders and posterior chain. We worked on the deadlift as he feels this is one of his weaker lifts and he requires more guidance. The deadlift will increase his strength and stability. It also enhances rapid torque capabilities, which in turn results in improved vertical jump height, really important for his lineouts. I endeavoured to include some accessory work in order to improve his deadlift. These exercises were used to improve lockout, speed and drive from the floor, strength from the bottom position and strength in general around the back and posterior chain. Good, okay, we're going to move on into the rows. You warm up your glutes and hamstrings, so all you're going to do is just push your hips back and squeeze forward. Jack is still learning the correct technique for a variety of exercises, however he understands the tasks he is required to carry out, and I tend to allow my athletes some self-discovery as long as I am confident that they are competent completing the exercise safely and without injury. I would like all my athletes to understand how the exercise should feel and which muscles they need to involve in order to perform the exercise correctly and effectively. Problem solving allows athletes to find answers themselves, and there are studies that agree with this method, including one by Hodges and Franks in 2002. Over here for you. So same as we did with the warm-up, but you're going to hold your arms back nice and tight and then just push back until you feel stretch and then squeeze up. Again, tuck that pelvis into the top. Nice. Good. Feel the hamstrings?
Yeah, massively.
Good. Okay, so Jack, today we're going to do the deadlift, which is a compound move, as you know, using major muscle groups, so your hamstrings, quads, glutes and your lower back. We want to get them nice and strong and stable for when you're playing. Also, it's going to improve grip strength, and we want to improve the speed off the ground in the deadlift, which will help with your vertical jumps in your line out. Okay, so we're going to warm up with this weight. So if you just do 8 reps for me. Remember, nice and tight. Good, Jack. Close to the shins. Okay, so obviously we've added some weight now. It's quite a lot heavier. So remember, try and hold that prone grip for as long as you can. And I want to try and keep your technique as similar to the warm-up as possible. Okay, so let's go for 5. Good, as close to the shins as you can. Squeeze your back because she's finishing off the exercise. Okay? Right, off you go. There you go, Jack. Keep that core nice and tight. Slow it down a bit. Squeeze. Good, that was good, Greg. Good. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Bring those shoulders back. Last one, let's go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Much better, well done. Okay, so we're going to do some kettlebell swings to improve your speed off the ground. Yeah, so it's going to help with your hip extension, so they come up the top, and you should do it a bit more. Yeah? Okay, right, off you go. Good, okay, sit down on the way down, squeeze up on the way up. Nice, keep moving, Jack, use the momentum. Good, big squeeze. Sit right back, squeeze right up, good. Use those glutes. All the way up. Good, push through the hips. Okay, so we're going to work on your lockout. Nice shrubs, hold for a sec, and back down, and then hold. Good. Pull your traps up to your ears. Nice, keep that core nice and tight. Good. Neutral position with the lower back. Nice, Jack. Keep the bar as close as you can. Good, hold at the top. Just going to row into round your belly button. Good. Again, we're just trying to increase the strength in your lower back. Keep that core nice and tight. Bring those elbows into the side. Engage your lats. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. Slow it down. And again, big squeeze. Good. Really engage those lats. When you come down, big squeeze up. So, with regards to my observation of my coaching, I seem to use mainly verbal instruction and some demonstration. So, focusing on feedback, I believe that my explanations of why we're doing each exercise are sufficient in terms of which muscle groups are being used and how the exercise will improve both Jack's deadlift and rugby performance. I believe I provide more than adequate motivation to my athletes, both inside and outside the sessions. I have a great relationship with Jack, and although he is extremely focused on the field, he needs more attention and motivation in the weights room. I feel I adapt well to different athletes' personalities and the environment that I'm placed in. In terms of weaknesses for the whole event, so the coaching session, I feel I struggle with my self-confidence both in front of a camera and when surrounded by others I'm not familiar with. This is evident by my body language in the video, and this is not because I am not confident in my ability to coach. I'm comfortable with my athlete Jack and the individual filming, so this may not be representative of our general coaching sessions. In terms of verbal communication, I should have used more explanation of how to complete the lift by breaking down the movement using a whole part whole method. I did, however, use accessory exercises to support how and why these would improve different components of the lift. I think I should demonstrate more so Jack can visualise what the exercise should look like. I could also incorporate the use of video feedback to allow Jack to review himself and understand what it looks like compared to how it feels, teaching self-evaluation to improve performance. This type of feedback has been supported by studies such as the one performed by Nichols, James, Bryan and Wells 2019. I need to learn to encourage intrinsic feedback over time and not just the extrinsic feedback from me. I feel I should use some form of negative feedback more often, including constructive criticism. As Jack lacks confidence in this area, I do not want to discourage him, but I need to only use positive feedback when appropriate and be stronger with my commands with regards to negative feedback. So, in summary, I need to work on my self-confidence in front of others and learn to be in front of a camera. In terms of clarity of delivery, I need to be more specific, concise and clear. To develop my cues, so explain how. Try not to overload the athlete with too much information and provide focus. Provide more demonstration but still allow the athlete to explore. More negative feedback and constructive criticism. And to ask athletes more open questions to encourage self-evaluation. Overall, I found this a valuable process and it is important to consistently review my coaching process. Thank you for watching.